After the first part, there were some interesting suggestions coming from the commenters, and so I figured, well, hey, let's make another one. So here are 5 more things you should not do in Elite Dangerous. And so, let's then start with the suggestion that popped up a little bit more than I expected, and that's do not play in open! Or rather, you should not play in open. Now, first of all, I got to mention that it's not my opinion. I personally enjoy playing in open when I want to just, let's just say, get anally discovered by multiple people multiple times. But the reason why there were so many, let's just say, suggestions not to play in open was in part coming from the so-called PvE Care Bears who constantly get ganked by the people and don't know how to protect themselves, which honestly is kind of a valid point because Elite Dangerous does not really protect its players and has methods of, let's just say, abusal that prevents you from protecting yourself oftentimes as well. The fact that you can easily chain interdict even if you're alone and not in a wing of gankers, and of course interdictions themselves being, let's just say, kind of weird unless you know exactly how to use them. Not to mention power play items, engineering and all that stuff. So it's safe to say that about 90% of the time, gankers have the advantage over the gankee, which also leads to the fact that oftentimes the PvE community, or at least some members from it, tend to be the most toxic human dumpster fires in the game. And I'm not kidding about this, it's disgusting to read the messages that these people post after being ganked and whining about it. Sure, yes, the things are stacked against you in Elite Dangerous in open play if you're not the attacking party, but it's just a game. And yeah, I know, gankers tend to be quite toxic themselves too, so both parties are at fault here, honestly. But the lesson here is simple. Open play will be stacked always against you. So if you're just a casual player like myself, who just wants to do its thing, film things, or just simply enjoy the game without being constantly used as a hand puppet by the fisting kings, probably you should not play in open. Okay, let's see then. The next is Asp Scout. Okay, you should not buy Asp Scout. You should not play with Asp Scout. Asp Scout is bad. That flying abomination of Lacon's early morning toilet motion is a wretched pile of festering parasite-filled turd sandwich with rosters dressed in a tuxedo made of leopard parts. And what makes it even worse is that disgusting double anus at the back of the ship that makes me think that it spews enough gas to recreate the damn 20th century Hitler camps. On top of that, having a price tag that makes you sell your internal organs. In return, you get what amounts to a torn second-hand condom on your dinner plate after ordering the daily special from Lacon's restaurant. With a dead horse and a razor-covered bat used as gynecology tools, which leads me to conclude that Asp Scout is the primary cause of the starving children in Elevate. So you should not buy Asp Scout. Well, after that I would not recommend, or rather you should not play or use multi-crew. Yes, we all know that the idea of multi-crew is really nice, that you can transfer yourself to your friend's ship and just do things together with one thing, just being a crew. But the reality of multi-crew is quite simple. That particular feature was released essentially half finished, and even at the state that it is, it's full of bugs, it's barely working, and even then, it's not really worth doing. Mostly because it's pretty much broken all the time. See, multi-crew is in such a bad state that me as a media person who makes elite content is embarrassed to even mention it. So to save yourself a lot of headache and time, you should not use multi-crew. After that, reading some of the comments, there were some people mentioning docking computer and that it should never be used. Well, there were also others that mentioned that you should only use them on the big ships and not the small ones. Well, I personally use the advanced docking computer on a Vulture, the second most maneuverable ship in the game, but that's mostly to aggravate the tryhards. But seriously though, you shouldn't use the docking computer on anything that is, massive. There's really no particular reason to do so, it just takes up a slot and, well, that's just pragmatical approach. Plus, the small ships can easily get through the mail slot, there's no problem with that. Only when it comes to the bigger ships, especially Beluga, well then you may consider it. And finally, the last should not do in Elite Dangerous thing that you really shouldn't do is buying arcs. the premium currency for Elite Dangerous in order to buy cosmetics and whatnot else. You really shouldn't buy ARX points. I do not recommend it. First of all, these premium currencies in any game are exploitative. They obfuscate the actual value of everything, making you think that you're not spending either enough or not that much. And it's always a better deal and whatnot else. And the thing with ARX implementation in Elite Dangerous also came with an increased prices for everything. The thing is, I could talk about this forever. As a matter of fact, I even made a video about how exploitative Elite Dangerous is, so feel free to check that out afterwards. But if you want to spend your money on something, hey, how about you consider my Patreon instead? Because, you know, guess what? I make these videos, and if you want to support my amazing content, you are free to do so. But anyways, that cheeky plug aside, my personal opinion is simple. In any of the premium games that you buy, you know, buy with money first to play, you should not find extra things or ads that the game tries to sell you. Like the microtransactions, the cosmetics, the ARX points, the whatever else. And don't give that corporate apologist answer, they need to support the ongoing development. That's a really stupid excuse. If you really want to continue development of this game, how about you actually put in some effort, make quality gameplay, features and things in it, and I'll be happy to pay for that. It's that simple. Anyways, there's a lot more to talk about that particular subject, so I won't delve into that. I'll leave it at this and end on you should not buy ARX. And so these would be the 5 more things you should not do in Elite Dangerous. So let me know what you think about it. Maybe there are some more other things that you would recommend people to do, or maybe not to do. Who knows, maybe there would be a third part of this. But that aside, feel free to share the video and all that good stuff. As for me, well, I think I'm gonna scrub myself off. Touching that ass scout probably gave me rabies too. Okay, you know what? I just don't want to go back in this ship. No, I don't want to land back. Come on. Come on, there we go. It's gonna take a while, but just give me a second. I ain't gonna go back. I ain't piloting this pile of crap. Die, spaceship! Screw you, spaceship! Piece of crap! Okay, now what? Oh yeah, right, self-destruct. Okay, I mean... like, come on! Why am I surprised about this? Honestly, why am I surprised? I mean, no one uses it, so obviously no one cares. Can I even select anything? No, I can't. You can't even place! Why? That's it. Right, so the other day I actually got something interesting in my inbox. Like a literal inbox. And yeah, somebody sent me this particular thing. You know, the orrery type of oh god damn it. Yeah, give me a second. Here we go. This is easier to hold. Yeah, there we go. Oh come on. Let's just go with this. Yes. Here we go. Ah! Needs more weight. But yeah, this thing was sent to me. Hold on. Focus, damn it. Yes. So yeah, this was a pretty cool thing that somebody sent me, and honestly, never been sent anything like this, or anything at all. But anyways, thank you very much. This is really cool. Oh, and yeah, of course, this is not sponsored, of course. This is just something cool that sort of dropped in my inbox. So thank you again. I'll drop a link down below.